Speaking of that, Madhavan, I mean, you yourself said it's an insecure industry.
Yeah.
Even after success, you feel insecure.
Yeah.
You largely manage it pretty okay. Like, okay, initially you are saying you're very grateful for the work you've gotten to do, but then does it come naturally? Like, Rang De Basanti, there's an Amir Khan who's obviously going to get more attention. Even in Three Idiots, it marketed as Amir Khan, right?
Yeah.
I'm really happy that you saw in the script that Farhan is the one making the point, and you're right. जब भी मैं लोगों से मिलता हूँ वो वही सीन बोलते हैं कि मैं इंजीनियर बन भी गया तो बहुत अच्छा इंजीनियर नहीं बनूँ, whatever. But at the I don't know, superficial level or at a media level, it's all about Amir and Three Idiots and Amir, Rang De Basanti. It's not about Amir. I'm not bringing him into the conversation. It could be any. And you have been very happy to be part of films like that, where the full attention is not on you. Or it may even have a bigger star. And you're very proud of those films. Yeah. Even though you've done leads. It's not like you've done so many films as leads. But you're equally proud of films which you are not leads, which is very unusual in the profession. How do you look at that relative thing?
So here's I don't know how many people know, but in Hindi films, I've barely done about 11 or 12 films in 20 years. And each of those films have been very well thought of. Okay. And experience taught me that for the kind of limited actor that I'm no Hrithik Roshan, I don't have an 8-pack, and in all categories, I shouldn't even be in the lead as far as the Hindi film industry comes, because I'm Garti, I'm a Madarasi.
Right, we'll talk about that. What food do you love? We have to talk about the food. But yes.
Yeah, but coming back to this, the idea is that there has to be a story to be told. And it's very important to be part of a good story. I learned this way earlier in my life when everybody was telling me, project yourself as a hero, because the South does that. They always have this introduction of the hero.
And so big breaking thing.
And I noticed they came and they went and nobody remembered. You have to have a set of talent. So till about 2011, I was happy for the industry to lead me. Going by what everybody was saying was the best way to do. And that 2011, I had a sort of awakening. Because I was not happy to go to shoot in Tamil, And I was thinking, why is it that I'm not enthusiastic? The first question I used to ask the director on the set was, aaj kitne baje tak pack-up ho jayega? The first question I was, kab tak pack-up ho jayega? That's not a sign of somebody who's loving his job.
Yeah.
And then I realized that I'm doing nothing that is actually showcasing R.Madhavan. I'm wearing green pants and blue shirts and I'm dancing in Switzerland and I'm saying dialogues like how Rajinikanth is supposed to say it. So I'm just trying to be a replica of somebody that the directors who are writing stories for me are trying to make me. Then I suddenly realized, I'm a bloody gold medalist in firing. I'm a public speaker. I know how to make aero modeling. I fly remote planes and helicopters. I go skiing. I've done so many things in my life, nothing of which is being showcased in my movies. And that's when I took a step back and I realized, what should I do? Because before I become obsolete in that industry at the age of 40, what should I do? And this happened after 3 years, mind you. After 3 years.
Yeah, it was a 3-year sabbatical.
I took a 3-year sabbatical only because of that. And so I completely killed my ego. So the
3 years, you are already 40 plus and you're like, pata nahi kitna kaam milega, kya milega. And 3 years you just checked out of the system.
Yeah. Because I had to regroup. I had to just get and so people who are telling us right now that they feel unmotivated, you have to take a step back and regroup and know who you are. And that realization, this is what I'm talking about when I say, who are you? And I realized, Maddie, you're this guy. You're this guy who loves to meet people. You talk, you have 1,000 things to do. You do hydroponic growth. You've proved points. You've grown coconuts in arid land. And all that is not being showcased in my movies. And I was from a defense background, man. I mean, we were taught as commandos how to disarm somebody and kill them with a single punch.
I heard you were this NCC cadet and who went and you're like...
He trained in the Royal Army, yeah. So all that was not coming to use. And so I did that with Sala Kadus. I did that, I did that whole transformation. So coming back to the question that you were asking, do I feel insecure when I do a film where somebody else is getting
we are human, Madhavan. We are sitting on the set and, some bunch of crowd of kids comes, young people, young boys, young girls, and they look at you and they are coming to you, but then they see Amir and it all changes. And I mean, there is a human tendency to feel like, I don't know.
No, you are absolutely, in fact, it's a brave question and a very apt question to ask. And I want to really answer this. Okay, because I'm telling you, it just doesn't happen to me. It
I
happens
know.
to every project leader who does the project and the boss takes all the credit. Boss, it happened. You know you're going to do that. It's going to happen, okay? But despite that, you keep doing it. You know, in the army, there are people who keep us safe. You will never hear of them because they're special ops. Okay, they will be standing beside you and you will be telling them, hey, piche hadna sale. And that guy must have gone all the way to Pakistan and done something which you would have not dreamt in your life that's keeping you safe. Similarly, I'm just saying, when I do Tanu Veds Manu, for instance.
Yeah, I saw your quote in Tanu Med Manu. You're saying, I think in part 2, you said, well, Kangana's popularity should make the film do well.
Yes.
I have not seen a hero say that.
So
it doesn't happen. You are acting as if this is very normal behavior, but I have not seen it.
So when you state the obvious, it cannot hurt you.
Meaning? Yes.
It's the obvious. What I'm saying is, when I read Tanu Veds Manu 1, I am the one who actually, so let me give you an insight on how Tanu Veds Manu happened. So Anand Rai had come to me with a script and he had signed up another actor, lady for the female lead. And I said, there is no way in hell that this lady will be able to pull it off. You need somebody who knows how to sit on the ground and chew on a piece of grass to bring out that earthy Indian romance. And that's how we approached. I actually approached Kangana. We were supposed to do a film. And I said, you should read the script. And Anand told her the script on the way to the airport. And she was moved with it. But even while reading the script, I've done 60 films before that. I know whose character is more important and who's got the more populistic character, but my character is such that unless I sacrifice, that character cannot become big.
Yeah.
If I stood there saying, give me also an introduction. If I went to Vikram Vedha and said, hey, I'm also a star, so give me an introduction as well. The film would have gone wrong. My character would have been devastated. Because I go from being a man in Vikram Vedha, a man who's righteous, to a man who's from white going to grey and actually questioning his very existence. If I had given myself a higher launch, then the fall is even steeper. So not only do I fall as a character, I also fall as an actor. That should not have been so those are the things that I look at. It's sincere calculations. With Three Idiots, there was no way in hell I was going to give up. I know Amir Khan is a bigger star than me. I know Sharman Joshi was actually doing really, really well at that point of time. I mean, of course, Amir has Kareena and everything. But I saw the merit in the film. I was the one who was saying, Achha engineer nahi banunga, and I knew that. And so the question is, are you going to walk out of that film simply because somebody else is going to walk away with the credit? That is such an insecure thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, at least when you see, you see a lot of actors, and you even like shows like Coffee with whatever, you see people come, and you can feel that there is this, I don't know, even between friends, the so-called friends of the industry, there is this ajeeb sa competitiveness, who's got more likes and who's got more money and who's got the bigger covers in the magazines. All this doesn't feature in your life.
No, so there's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with the desire to be number one. What I am is I'm a product of my conditioning. As are you, Chetan. कल को ना मैं तेरे को बोल दूं कि भाई तू जीत चुका है, तेरे पास ना 6,500 करोड़ आ गए. चेतन, अगर मैं आपको बोलूं कि आपके पास आज 6,500 करोड़ है ना, तो पहले 2 दिन तो आप उछल लोगे. मैं आपको इसलिए बोल रहा हूं कि आप उछल गाड़ी कर लेता हूं ये, और फिर ना आपकी मिडिल क्लास attitude which is what we are, will not allow you to have a house with 16 servants. कि आपको लगा जरूरत क्या है? क्योंकि ना आपकी औकात नहीं है दिमाग में कि इस पैसे के आप मालिक बनो. तो आप ना वो सारा दान कर दोगे, या आप उतने अनहैप्पी हो जाओगे क्योंकि you won't know what to do with 6,000 crores. उसको स्पेंड करने के लिए एक कंडीशनिंग चाहिए, एक फितरत चाहिए, एक माइंडसेट चाहिए. मेरे लिए वो नहीं है. मैं ना रोड पे भुट्टा देख के एक्साइट हो जाता हूँ. No Michelin star chef excites me as much as seeing a desi bhutta on a rainy day on the road being sold, or jamun, for instance.
That is making me miss Mumbai right now.
Exactly.
Because it's bright, sunny, 42 degrees outside, whereas Mumbai, I'm getting the pictures.
Yeah,
all those
and
monsoons.
the desi bhutta, not the American corn. Oh God. For me, so my life is a desi bhutta. It's like that. It's got to be there. So when it is there, na, so there is no, I'm not competing with who trying to see somebody's got a Rolls Royce or somebody's wearing a Prada bag or somebody's becoming aspirational with the kind of clothes that they wear. Like you're saying, all these actors. So I become aspirational, I realize, for being who I am.
Doesn't bother you like, oh, उस एक्टर को तो 100 करोड़ मिल गए पिक्चर के और ये हो गया.
हाँ, मेरे को क्या बॉदर करता है पता है कि 100 करोड़ मिल गए पर उससे तेरे लाइफ में क्या फर्क पड़ा. तू वही ट्रैफिक में है, बड़ी गाड़ी में, जो कि मैं उसी ट्रैफिक में हूँ. मेरे को भी उतनी टाइम लगने वाला है बॉम्बे में पहुंचने के लिए और मुझे भी उतनी देर के लिए सुसु रोक के रखना है. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि तेरा लाइफ बेटर हो गया. तू जो हॉस्पिटल में जाएगा वहां भी मैं भी जा सकता हूँ. तू जो स्कूल में जाएगा वहां मैं अपने बच्चे को पढ़ा सकता हूँ. तो फर्क क्या है, मैं खुश कितना हूँ. तो अगर आप मुझे बोलोगे कि हर रोज मुझे ना कोई डिजाइनर कपड़े पहन के जाना पड़ेगा बिकॉज आई एम बीइंग क्लिक्ड एवरी डे, मैं तो पागल हो जाऊंगा.